I just found out that the CT Bike and Skate Park in Bristol has recently shut. According to their post on here, it closed on September 24 last year, 2022, so just a few months ago. Very, very sad to see this place go. This place was nothing short of legendary. It opened in the latter portion of 1987 and was built and operated by the same family, independently owned and operated for over 3 decades until 2022. And you can look up this site. I'll put this on in the video box so you can go through and read the comments if you want. But a lot of people have come in here and have talked about going to this place. If you lived in this area and you was into this kind of stuff, you knew where this place was and you had been there. This place was really a big deal. It doesn't seem that old because 1987 was only numerically a couple decades back. But these are young sports. Skateboarding became popular in the 60s and 70s, and then BMX followed in the 80s. And so anything that happened in the 80s was historic to the sport, and this place is no exception. This place, I got some photographs of it. I have filmed here before. I don't remember if there's any video on the channel from this place or not. There might be. If there is, it would be very, very early, because most of my skateboarding activities was in high school. I didn't start the channel till I was in college, so I might have had a few lingering adventures here in that time, but it would have been very, very early in the channel, and so of course the production quality probably isn't very good. But here's a photograph I took there. You can see what it looked like. It's all wood. All the ramps and everything was wood, and they had a couple of flat rails and stuff that they would put around. On the left there was a more open area. Unfortunately the place was in pretty bad shape towards the end. There was all holes in the ceiling. Like up here, this is all you can see, the light through you can see the sky through the building here. But I really liked this place. It had a really neat feel to it because it was a time capsule of 1987. I mean, you have these old preheat fluorescent lights in the ceiling. You got a big old metal halide floodlight on the wall here. You got some old fans. I think this was like a patent U220 or something. And even the website, I saved a copy of it into my computer because I doubt it'll be up for much longer. But even the website is a time capsule of like late 90s, early 2000s kind of stuff. This is what the outside of the building looked like. It's got old sodium lights. World's oldest indoor skate park. Absolutely legendary. There was a store as well. They had the park, and then there was a store attached. And I liked the store because they had a ton of inventory, and the people that worked there actually knew what they was talking about. And so if you needed some bearing or a cassette or something, you could go there and they would actually know what you need and they would have it, which was nice. And the prices weren't crazy either. A lot of times these smaller businesses, the prices are a little bit off the rails, but this place was pretty inexpensive. They had tons of decks here, and these weren't that bad either. Yeah, see, 30 to 65 beans a piece. That's not bad at all. They had a couple of custom decks. I wish I had one of those. Oh, I wish I bought one of those back in the day. See, but they just had tons of stuff here. Tons of stock, tons of parts. And they had some old stuff too, which is kind of neat to see. An old photograph from the 90s. And even the prices of going there, it used to be, I think it was $10 an hour to go. And then if you wanted to rent the place entirely, it was, let's see here. Hey, 150 beans for 3 hours. That's cheap. Can't buy much with that anymore. Well, you got all these cool graphics on the site. I mean, this is a really old site. There's not many websites like this left. That's why I saved this, because I wanted to have it to look back at someday. Really neat stuff. I was so disappointed when I saw that this place was closing. I'm just glad I had been there. 'Cause now I guess, well, obviously now no one's going to be there anymore. I imagine the building is probably gone because it was in such bad shape. I'm a little bit surprised that nobody bought this thing, considering how historic it is, because there has been names as big as Tony Hawk that have gone to this place and skated those ramps. And it was known all over the country because they used to have competitions there. People would come from all different states to go to these competitions. In the 90s, they had music there. Not really big bands, but a lot of smaller startup punk and hardcore groups. There was somewhere it said which ones it was. I just don't remember at the moment. But yeah, so they had that. A lot of activity has gone on there over the years. It's a really neat place. A lot of history there, a lot of good times there, and it will certainly be missed. So I put together a slideshow of some videos and pictures that I have of the place. Some I've taken, some I found on the computer. So let's take a look at that now, and then that'll be it.
Still afraid to let it 'cause I